Before you rush forward, before you skip ahead, before you assume this is just another video, please give me a few minutes of your heart, because this is not one of those talks that you listen to halfway and leave. This is a message that slowly opens up. If a cat keeps coming to you repeatedly, many people will immediately jump to conclusions. Some will scare you, some will give you cultural stories, some will speak without knowledge. But Islam does not teach us fear. Islam teaches us reflection. And today, I am not here to talk about animals. I am here to talk about something far deeper, your heart, because Allah does not always reach us through hardship. Sometimes He reaches us through gentleness. And if you have been feeling tired lately, not in your body, but in your heart, if you have been doing everything right, but still feeling heavy inside, if you have been praying, but feeling quiet rather than peaceful, then this message may be for you. I want you to stay with me, because this talk is not built in a straight line. Each part unlocks the next. What I share in the middle will not make sense if you miss the beginning. And what I share at the end will feel incomplete if you don't understand what comes before it. I am not here to shock you. I am not here to promise miracles. I am not here to play with emotions. I am here to gently explain how Allah speaks to tired hearts without frightening them. And by the end of this talk, you may not feel excited, but you will feel understood. So sit comfortably, slow down your thoughts, and allow this message to unfold slowly, because guidance does not rush, and neither should you. Allah sends gentleness when your heart is quietly tired. There is a tiredness that does not show on the body. No one can see it by looking at you. No one can measure it by how much you sleep. It is the tiredness that lives inside the chest, the tiredness that sits quietly in the heart. You wake up every day and you do what you must. You go to work, you attend responsibilities, you answer people, you fulfill duties. From the outside, everything looks normal, but inside you feel worn out. Not because life is impossible, but because life has been constant. Constant précieux, constant expectations, constant patience. You have been strong for too long. You are not tired of believing. You are not tired of Allah. You are not tired of prayer. You are tired of holding yourself together. You smile because people expect it. You speak kindly even when your heart feels heavy. You say Alhamdulillah because you mean it. But sometimes it feels harder to say than it used to. There are days you sit alone and you don't even know why you feel heavy. Nothing terrible happened that day. Nothing dramatic went wrong. Yet your heart feels full of weight. You don't complain because you feel guilty complaining. Others have it worse. You tell yourself. So you stay quiet. And this silence becomes exhausting. You carry thoughts no one hears. You carry worries you don't speak out loud. You carry emotions you don't even fully understand yourself. And the most painful part is this. You don't feel broken enough to ask for help, but you don't feel okay enough to feel at peace. So you remain in between. And Allah knows. Allah knows the tiredness that words cannot describe. Allah knows the sighs you take when no one is listening. Allah knows the moments you sit quietly and stare at nothing. Allah knows the nights you lie down and your body rests, but your mind keeps moving. Allah knows the mornings you wake up already tired. And when Allah sees a heart like that, He does not shout at it. He does not say, "Why are you weak?" He does not say, "Why are you slowing down?" He does not say, "Hurry up." Allah is gentle because Allah understands something we forget. A tired heart does not need pressure. It needs mercy. So Allah sends gentleness, not always through people who speak, not always through advice, not always through long explanations. Sometimes He sends something quiet, something soft, something that does not demand anything from you. A cat does not come to question your life choices. It does not ask why you are behind. It does not ask why you are tired. It does not remind you of your mistakes. It simply comes. It comes without judgment. It comes without expectations. It comes without conditions. It sits near you. It stays close. It trusts. And when that happens, something changes inside you. Your breathing becomes slower. Your shoulders relax without you realizing it. Your thoughts pause for a moment. For once, you are not performing. You are not explaining yourself. You are not trying to be strong. You are just present. That moment is not random. Allah knows that when the heart is tired, it needs a reminder that life can still be soft. That not everything is pressure. That not every moment is a test of strength. Sometimes Allah reminds you of mercy before He reminds you of responsibility. That gentleness is Allah's way of saying, I see you and I am not disappointed in you. Because a heart that is truly destroyed does not respond to gentleness. It becomes harsh, it becomes cold, it becomes numb. But your heart still feels. It still slows down. It still notices softness. It still responds to calm. And that is a blessing. That is proof that Allah has not abandoned your heart. Even if you feel lost, even if you feel empty, even if you feel tired for no clear reason, Allah is protecting you. Sometimes Allah does not remove the burden immediately. Sometimes He first teaches your heart how to rest while carrying it. Because if the heart breaks completely, it cannot continue the journey. So Allah gives it moments of peace, moments of calm, moments of gentleness, not to distract you from life, but to keep you alive inside. And maybe Allah is teaching you something quietly, that it is okay to slow down, that it is okay to pause, that it is okay to feel tired without feeling guilty. You are not falling behind Allah. Allah is walking with you. And when He sends gentleness into your life, it is not meaningless. It is mercy. It is care. It is Allah holding your heart when you are too tired to hold it yourself. Sometimes, my dear brother, my dear sister, the heart becomes tired not because it is weak, but because it has been strong for too long without rest. You have been patient in silence. You have swallowed words that wanted to come out. You have forgiven without being understood. You have stayed calm when you wanted to break. And people may never know how much strength that took. You did not complain loudly. You did not make scenes. You did not ask for attention. You just kept going. And that kind of quiet strength slowly drains the heart. You begin to feel distant from yourself. You still believe, but the joy feels far. You still pray, but the sweetness feels less. And then you feel guilty. You ask yourself, why do I feel like this when Allah has given me so much? And that guilt makes the tiredness heavier. But Allah does not blame you for feeling tired. Allah created the heart. He knows its limits. He knows how much it can carry before it needs gentleness. So when Allah sends something soft into your life, it is not a distraction. It is not a coincidence. It is not meaningless. It is mercy. Because Allah knows that before a heart can rise again, it must first feel safe. Sometimes Allah does not heal by removing pain immediately. Sometimes He heals by reminding the heart that softness still exists in the world. That not everything hurts. That not everything demands effort. That not everything is heavy. And that reminder comes quietly. A cat does not rush toward you. It approaches carefully. It observes first. It feels the space. And then it comes close. And without realizing it, your heart mirrors that calm. You stop rushing inside. You stop fighting your thoughts for a moment. You stop pushing yourself to be okay. You just exist. And that existence is healing. Allah knows that a heart that never rests eventually collapses. So He gives it moments of peace. Not always through people, because sometimes people ask questions you don't have answers to. Not always through words, because sometimes words feel too heavy. But through presence, through something that does not speak yet brings calm. And when that gentleness enters your life again and again, Allah is teaching you something without saying it. He is teaching you that your worth is not only in what you produce, not only in how strong you are, not only in how much you endure. Your worth is also in your ability to feel mercy, to receive gentleness, to soften without fear. Because some people become so wounded that they no longer feel calm around softness. They become uncomfortable with peace. They feel unsafe when things are quiet. But you are not like that. Your heart still relaxes. Your soul still breathes. Your chest still opens slightly when something gentle comes near. That is not small. That is a sign Allah is still nurturing your heart. And maybe Allah is also reminding you that you don't always have to explain yourself. You don't always have to justify your tiredness. You don't always have to earn rest. Sometimes Allah allows rest because He knows you need it. even if you don't know how to ask for it. You see, Allah is not only the Lord of tests, He is also the Lord of comfort. He is not only the one who strengthens, He is also the one who soothes. And when He soothes your heart gently, He is not delaying your growth. He is protecting you from breaking, because a heart that breaks completely lose direction. So Allah keeps yours soft enough to feel, strong enough to continue, and gentle enough to heal. And maybe that is why, even in your tiredness, you still turn to Allah. Even in your confusion, you still whisper His name. Even in your weakness, you still believe. That is not an accident. That is Allah holding your heart through gentleness. And one day, when strength returns, you will realize something beautiful, that Allah never left you during your tiredness. He was simply caring for you quietly, just like He always does. Mercy finds those whose hearts still respond. One of the most beautiful qualities Allah loves is mercy. Not loud mercy, not mercy spoken in big words, but quiet mercy that lives in the heart. Mercy that shows itself when no one is watching. Many people think strength is about being tough, about not feeling too much, about learning how to ignore pain. But Islam teaches us something very different. Islam teaches us that true strength is having a heart that still feels, because a heart that still feels has not been destroyed by life. And Allah loves that kind of heart. You see, life can make people hard. Pain can turn kindness into suspicion. Betrayal can turn softness into walls. Disappointment can turn mercy into distance. Some people go through so much that they stop responding to anything gentle. They see weakness and turn away. They see need and feel annoyed. They see vulnerability and feel uncomfortable. Not because they are bad people, but because their hearts have learned to protect themselves by becoming hard. But when a heart still responds to mercy, that is something very special. When you notice a small creature, when your heart softens instead of tightening, when you feel care instead of irritation, that response comes from somewhere deep. It comes from a heart Allah has preserved. The Prophet ﷺ taught us that mercy is not a small thing. He told us about a man who saw an animal suffering from thirst. The man did not ignore it. He did not say, "It's not my problem." He did not say, "Someone else will help." He acted, and Allah forgave him for that act of mercy. Not because the action was grand, but because the heart behind it was alive. On the other hand, the Prophet ﷺ also warned us about a woman who showed cruelty to a cat. She did not kill it. She did not harm it openly. She simply ignored its need. She showed no mercy, and that lack of mercy mattered greatly in the sight of Allah. This teaches us something important. Allah looks at how we treat those who depend on us, because mercy reveals what lives inside the heart. So when a cat keeps coming to you, Islam does not tell you that it brings luck or